Next, let's crochet a sunflower. The petals will use this yellow yarn. The center will use this brown yarn. If you prefer other colors, you could also use light yellow or a brighter yellow like this. I'm using the darker yellow just to make the stitches more visible. The crocheting method for the sunflower starts with a magic ring. We'll be using a 2mm crochet hook. Here's another demo of the magic ring. Alright, in this video, I will teach you how to start a magic ring and crochet single crochets. First, hold the yarn end in your right hand. Wrap the yarn around your left hand. First, wrap the yarn around your pinky. Then, wrap it around your index finger from the front of your palm. Then form a loop around your middle finger. Hold the intersection with your thumb. Then use this method to start. Hold the hook with your right hand. Whether it is a magic ring start or a chain stitch start, we use this method to start. Insert the hook into the loop formed on your middle finger. Turn the hook from facing you to a vertical position. Pull the yarn through, forming a loop. Forming a loop on the hook, adjust to the appropriate height. Then yarn over again. Pull the yarn through the loop. This completes the foundation chain for the magic ring start. After making the foundation chain, begin the first round of crochet. The foundation chain for the magic ring is not counted in the total stitch count. It is only a foundation chain, the starting stitch of the crochet. It is not included in the stitch count of the round. Let's get back. The method for the magic ring is: wrap the yarn around your palm. Then bring it around. Wrap it around your middle finger. Wrap the yarn. Then bring it around from the middle finger. Bend your two fingers to hold it in place. Press the yarn down and then bring it around to your index finger. Bring it around. Then go back to the middle finger. The yarn head should be pressed down on top. Hold it firmly so it doesn't slip. Now take your crochet hook. Insert the hook from the bottom. Pull the yarn. Make one chain stitch. Here is another demo of chain stitch. Now I will demo how to crochet a chain stitch. Here, use a chain stitch as the foundation chain. First, make a chain stitch. A chain stitch is the foundation chain. If you are going to make single crochet, next, one chain stitch as the foundation chain is enough. If you need to make a half double crochet, you need to make 2 chain stitches as the foundation chain. For a double crochet, make 3 chain stitches. For a double crochet, as the foundation make 3 chain stitches as the foundation chain, and so on. The taller the stitch, the more chain stitches you need for the foundation chain. Three chain stitches are the foundation chain for a double crochet. A double crochet requires a yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch and bring the yarn over. There are 3 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through the first 2 loops. Then pull the yarn through the last 2 loops. A double crochet height requires 2 yarn overs. So you need to make 3 chain stitches as the foundation chain. Remove 3 chain stitches. Change to 2 chain stitches. This is the foundation chain for a half double crochet. For a half double crochet, yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch. Bring the yarn out of the stitch. There are 3 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Pull through all 3 loops at once. A half double crochet is shorter than a double crochet, but taller than a single crochet. So you need to make 2 chain stitches as the foundation chain. Now remove the loop and make a single crochet. A single crochet only needs 1 chain stitch as the foundation chain. Make 1 chain stitch. Let's get back. After the chain stitch, make 8 single crochets. The first round includes 8 single crochets. The method for making a single crochet is, here is another demo of single crochet. For a single crochet, bring the hook to the middle. Do not yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch. Bring the yarn through with the hook. There are 2 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through both loops. This is how to make a single crochet. Let's get back. Insert the hook into the large loop. Then pull the yarn through. Turn it around. Bring the yarn through. That's 1 single crochet. Once you finish 1 stitch, mark it with a stitch marker. Here is another demo of where to place a marker. When making single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet, they all form a V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. The first stitch after the foundation chain is the first stitch of the round. If you can't find this stitch, place a marker after making the first stitch. Place a marker at the first stitch. Where to place the marker? Where to place the marker? The V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. When crocheting, go through the entire V-shaped stitch. When placing the marker, also go through the entire V-shaped stitch. The V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. Place the marker by going through the entire V-shaped stitch. Next time, use the first stitch. Insert at the marker position. This is how to find the first stitch and place a marker. You might wonder, after making the first stitch and forming the V-shape, there is actually another V-shape in front. Why is the first stitch the one with the marker, and not the previous V-shape? Before making the first single crochet, make a foundation chain first. The foundation chain is not counted in the total stitch count. The foundation chain and the slip stitch at the end of each round are not counted. At the end of each round, make a slip stitch. Then, for the second round, make a foundation chain. These 2 stitches are not counted. Start counting stitches from the first stitch after the foundation chain. So place the marker at the first stitch. and knotted the V shape from the slip stitch. Let's get back. Then continue with 7 more single crochets. The single crochet is: insert the hook and pull the yarn through. This is the second single crochet. Pull the yarn through. Now make 3 single crochets. 4, 7, 8 single crochets. Then, pull your hand out and tighten the yarn. Form a ring. Tighten the yarn. Once tightened, there will be no hole left. Now, take the yarn. After tightening it, do a slip stitch at the position where the first stitch was marked. Here is another demo of split stitch. In this episode, we will learn how to make a slip stitch. Using the magic ring to start the piece. At the end of each round, make a slip stitch to join the last stitch to the first stitch. To connect the whole piece into a ring. After completing the stitch count for the first round. Now, let's make a slip stitch. First, find the first stitch of this round. The first stitch is marked with a stitch marker. This is the first stitch. To make a slip stitch, draw the loop to the middle of the hook. Use your right index finger to hold the loop. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Pass through the first stitch at the marked spot. When making a slip stitch, go through the V-shaped stitch. Penetrate the V-shaped stitch, bring the yarn with the hook. Pull the yarn out through the first stitch. After pulling out, there are 2 loops on the hook. Bring the second loop onto the hook. Pull it through the original loop on the hook. Tighten the loop by repeatedly pulling. The slip stitch is completed. Connect the last stitch to the first stitch to form a circle. This is a slip stitch. Let's get back. Remove the stitch marker. Then do a slip stitch. Pull the yarn through again. After pulling the yarn through, make a chain stitch. That finishes the first round. Now, start the second round. In the second round, make 8 increase stitches. An increase stitch means crocheting 2 stitches into 1 stitch. Here is another demo of increase. In this video, I will teach you how to make an increase in single crochet. An increase in single crochet means making 1 single crochet, then adding another single crochet. It means adding 1 single crochet on the current basis. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase in single crochet. So how do you make an increase in single crochet? Normally, you make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. For an increase, you make 2 stitches in 1 stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. This is an increase in single crochet. If it is an increase in double crochet, it means making 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. An increase means making 2 stitches in 1 stitch. Changing 1 stitch into 2 stitches. This is called an increase. Let me demonstrate again. Make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Enter the same stitch again and make another stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. Now we are making single crochet, 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. Let's get back. Now, hide the yarn. Wrap the yarn around and hide the tail inside the stitches. In the back, the position to insert the hook is right below the chain stitch. This is where the stitch is. For the 8 increase stitches, crochet 2 stitches into each stitch. Crochet 8 times. This is 1. Then crochet 1 more stitch into the same stitch. This will form a V shape. This is 1 increase stitch. Now, mark the position of the first stitch. In the next stitch, crochet 2 stitches into the same stitch. Crochet 2 stitches into 1 stitch. Now, we have done 3 increase stitches. Continue crocheting 5 more increase stitches. Wrap the yarn around and hide the tail. This is the 8th increase stitch. After finishing the 8 increase stitches, the round is done. Now, do a slip stitch at the position where the first stitch was marked. Pull the yarn. Make a chain stitch.